Contemporaryathon started yesterday, Friday, but I was not reading any cute contemporary books. I was embroiled in my own sadness, listening to the new 1975 album and zoning out for hours. But today I am ready to go. And this is my TBR. I really only have 2 goals, and then some other things would be nice to read as well. First thing that I really want to read this weekend is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I got this as a NetGalley ARC months and months and months ago. Everyone I know loves this book, so I'm gonna read it. I am going to listen to the audiobook though, because I found out Julia Whelan, who's one of my favorite audiobook narrators, did the audiobook for it, so excited about that. That's my #1 priority for this weekend. My second priority is to read Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson for Maureen Keevy's month of Matson that she does every May. I have already read this book. I don't remember a ton about this, but Morgan Matson books are so easy to read and they're a lot of fun, and I want to support Maureen in this fun project she does every year, so this is something I want to get to. Right now, I am going to paint and I'm going to listen to Beach Read. So I'm currently 2 hours and 14 minutes into Beach Read. It's 2:47 and I'm loving it. It's so good. Julia Whelan does a fantastic narration. She has narrated some of my favorite audiobooks. She did The Year of Rest and Relaxation, Evie Drake Starts Over. She did all of the Charlotte Holmes books into the Charlotte Holmes narration. She's able to do lower voices really well, and I think sometimes that can be hard in romance especially. You got like the narration of the woman in the book, and then if the other character is a man, sometimes that can be difficult and it can come across really like awkward, but this is just so good. I love it so much. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I also love the cover of this book, and let me tell you why. I've ranted about this before, but so much of romance today has the same sort of cover art, and I know that's normal, but I like how this fits in, but also has more of an illustrated, hand-drawn style, which I really appreciate. Hello. I haven't done an update in a while, but I'm about 70% of the way through, so just moving right along with Beach Read. I realize I haven't explained what this book is about. I just assume like everybody knows about it because it's gotten so much buzz on BookTube. But it's about a woman who writes romance novels, and her father has just passed away. She finds out that he has all these secrets, and she's completely broke. So she goes to stay in this lake house that her father used to live in, and realizes that her next-door neighbor is her college nemesis and also like an award-winning literary fiction writer. So they are clashing not only because of the fact they have different writing styles, but also because of their past history. I really love this so far. It's not like hitting as hard as I was expecting, but I think it's a book that's going to creep up on me emotionally at the end. One of my favorite things about it so far is the relationship they've developed. It's one really based on communication. They're reluctant to communicate, but it feels like when they do, it's really earned, which I appreciate. So that was a lot. It was a lot of words. For now, I'm going to take a break from Beach Read because I'm hungry and I'm sleepy. So I think I am going to watch a movie. I have decided that I want to watch a rom-com in honor of Beach Read. And I should probably watch like a Meg Ryan movie, or I should watch Bridget Jones because all those movies are mentioned in the book. But I have seen You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally, which is probably my most seen movie of all time, Sleepless in Seattle, and Bridget Jones so much recently. I'm sitting here trying to decide what I want to watch. It's so hard. It's just, I'm scrolling through Amazon, Hulu, HBO, Netflix. Okay, you'll go on this journey with me and I'll figure it out. I forgot this movie existed. Is this a fish movie? Is this why all the men on Tinder have fish in their pictures? What? Why? Very tempted to watch Sweet Home Alabama. Very, very tempted. This is a truly underrated rom-com featuring Maya Erskine, who's super funny, and Jack Quaid, who is the child of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, who are both obviously iconic rom-com actors, and actors in general, and this is a really good movie. Fun fact about this movie, I've only seen it once. I saw it after I got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was like 15, and I don't remember a single thing that happens in it because I was drugged, but my mother said that I absolutely hated it, so. This isn't a rom-com, Amazon. This might be the move. This is about adults, and they're in houses. I feel like this goes with Beach Read really well, and it's Christmassy, and Beach Read is about the summer, but I don't think it matters. Honestly, we might be doing the holiday. I love this movie. I might just flat out buy it. $13? Pfft, that ain't nothing for the holiday. Excuse me. I'm just gonna do a thing real quick. Well, yes. Can I just say that Cameron Diaz in this movie is so relatable. She is afraid to cry. She is a career woman. She is emotionally stunted, and honestly, I live for it. I love an emotionally stunted female character. But Kate Winslet being an absolute mess, we also love that. This movie's just very good. It makes me miss Christmas, and I don't even really like Christmas. So that should tell you something about Nancy Meyers' ability to write and direct.
Danger. Really?
Jude Law is so hot in this movie. It's upsetting. I'm dying. I've died. I'm deceased. I am on my second glass of rosé, so that may be why. I've been saying a lot about Jude Law, but... Hi! Jack Black is adorable in this movie! Obviously, I love this movie. That was fairly clear. I want to finish Beach Read tonight, so I think I'm going to draw a bath and listen to the audiobook, and I might finish the book via ebook, so I can get it done tonight. So yeah, that's my plan. Oh my god. I am 90% of the way in. I decided to just read the second half of the book via my ebook, so I could read it faster, and I have sobbed for the last 20% of the book, so maybe that's the wine, maybe that's hormones, maybe that's just really great writing, or maybe that's all three, but yep, that's where we're at. I finished Beach Read, and as predicted, I cried a lot. Beach Read by Emily Henry broke me. I said, I think at some point in this video, I don't know if I deleted it or not, doesn't matter, I said that I felt like this book was going to creep up on me emotionally, but I think it's a book that's going to creep up on me emotionally at the end, and oh boy, it did. I think for like the first 60% of the book, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't like totally blown away emotionally, and then the last 40% was just an absolute tornado of feeling. I'd say like Red, White, and Royal Blue was the last time I felt like this. So I loved it so much. If you are interested in it, read it. If you're not interested in it and you don't even like romance, I would say read it. I feel like this is a book like Red, White, and Royal Blue that's totally like across any genre. Big thank you to Madeline for pushing me to read this because I loved it. So I'm gonna go to bed now. And looking forward to day 2. Looking forward to tomorrow. Today was a success. It's contemporaryathon day 2. I have one goal today, and that is to do my reread of Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson for Month of Matson. A chunky book, but I've always found Morgan Matson books very, very easy to get through and very fast-paced. So I'm really looking forward to this. I really liked this book when I read it many years ago, but it is probably my least favorite Morgan Matson book. I know it's a lot of people's favorites, but I think hindsight, it was still very good. I'm gonna have my parents guess what this book is about. Dad, what is this about?
The Lovely Bones? Alright, she died tragically at 22. They were friends in college. Died, she was gone for 7 years, came back as a ghost, and now they're hanging eating ice cream.
They were best friends, and then they had like a falling out, and since then she's just been lamenting the loss of her best friend because of some tragic event that occurred.
Halfway there. Halfway
Wait a minute,
close.
I had a tragic event,
There's no tragic event.
but I had a falling out.
Falling out, yes.
So
Sort
falling
of.
out.
Sort of.
We
Sort
both
of.
had mine just.
It was a love triangle.
I don't think there's a love triangle. It's been a long time since I've read this, but I don't think there's a love triangle. It is 3:30 and I'm currently 120-ish pages, 130-ish pages into Since You've Been Gone. I'm enjoying it. The writing is so accessible, and I think that's why Morgan Matson is so good at what she does. And it feels very summery, and it gives me such nostalgia. I looked on Goodreads, and I read this book in 2015, so it's been 5 years, which is wild. I am having a little bit trouble with the main character. Emily, the main character's constant awkwardness to be a little bit exhausting. Like, Morgan Matson keeps writing about how she will smile at people, and she'll give them, like, a tight smile, and all I'm imagining is her just going... like, she changes and she kind of comes out of her shell, and that's the point of this book, but at the moment, I'm just ready for her to, like, loosen up a little bit and be less awkward, because it's just uncomfortable to read about. I just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did, and you're wondering what it is. I'll tell you what I did. I did a bad thing. I drank tequila. I just had a lot of tequila in the form of a homemade margarita. So, I do think before I leave to go sober up in the shower, I think that if I don't finish this today, totally fine. I can finish it tomorrow. It's all good. 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 I have stuck to wine through most of this debacle, and let me tell you, I forgot how liquor just makes me so sleepy and tired. I'm used to drinking liquor when I'm gonna go out with my friends, and, you know, we have fun and we talk and we yell and we're dressed up, and it's like, you know, an event. It's not me in basically my pajamas, bored. It's fine. Okay, cool. I don't know what I'm doing. That's the book. I don't know if you can see me. It is now 9:48. It is now 9:48. I FaceTimed with my friends. It was nice. We're all losing in different ways. I've taken a real nihilistic approach, which is probably not the vibe in a group chat setting. I am much more sober. Probably from the nihilism. Maybe. It looks like I slept here. Maybe I did. It is 12:28 on Monday, and I am still reading Since You've Been Gone. I just started reading it for today. What if Emily has a crush on Sloane? What if Emily is bisexual? I know that friendships between girls tend to be very intense, especially when you're teenagers, and maybe this is just the bisexual in me talking, but when I look back with hindsight to my high school years, almost every deep friendship I had with a girl partially really came from the fact that I sort of had a crush on them. So, I don't know if that's anybody else, but anytime I was like wanted to be friends with a girl and had a really intense friendship with them, I think I was just a little bit crushing on them. Maybe that went away at some point, but it felt like it always started with that. Maybe if this book was written in 2020, Emily would be bi, but maybe she is bi. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is my perspective, reading it as a 25-year-old and not a 20-year-old. So if you're about to steal something for your best friend because it has her name on it that's been in a drive-in movie for 20 plus years, then I think my assertion that you might be a little bit in love with her might be true, because I would not do that even for my boyfriend. Anyone I was dating. I may find Emily a little bit annoying, which I know is something she does grow out of, but I think her friend Sloane, that she is secretly in love with, is way worse. This girl is on a friend date with her best friend and has her weird boyfriend show up. So here's the thing, she said, talking fast. I told Sam we were going to be here, but I wasn't sure if he was going to come or not, but then, hey you. Awful, I'd be pissed. I have moved in to the guest bedroom for a change of scenery. That's Ben the dog. And I wanted to just have a moment to the fact that my mom is reading Map of Days and told me the other day that it's really boring. So if you agree with my mom, put a like if you thought Map of Days was boring. I have not read it, so. This is the most 2013-2014 playlist. We have The Weepies, The Tallest Man on Earth, Of Monsters and Men, Fun, A Fine Frenzy, which, fun fact about A Fine Frenzy, that's the chick who plays Queenie in Fantastic Beasts, Noah and the Whale, 5 Years' Time, Mumford and Son. Over here we have, Jonathan Colton, The Magnetic Zeros, Atlas Genius, Passion Pit. Oh my gosh, my nostalgia is just on fire. Okay, alright, hear me out. She didn't want to use the fake ID that her friend got her to go to this show because they're children. And she gets all mad that Emily doesn't want to go in because it makes her uncomfortable. And she is all pissed off about it and just goes to the show without her. I think that's awful, and I don't think that's a good friend. If your friend is uncomfortable with doing something illegal, something that, they feel like they're not going to be in a safe situation, you listen to them. I have 100 pages left. I know I'm doing a lot of updates. I have so many thoughts about this book. Really enjoying it now. I want to say this. I think that this book would have worked just as well if she had the crush on Salone, realized Salone was a toxic person, and then she fell for Frank, who is someone who's very slowly endeared himself to her through just, being respectful and kind and being a really good friend. And she's realized that, and it's on the page, that Frank is a better friend than Salone has ever been to her. And she feels more comfortable with him and trusting of him and the way that he seems to really respect her and her actions and not just drags her around places. So, I don't know, I'm just saying, I think that extra layer of, her maybe having a crush on Salone would have been interesting, and the bi rep would have been outstanding! I finished Since You've Been Gone. I think you could tell my feelings about this book. Enjoy it. It definitely worked so much better for me as a teenager, 19, 20-year-old young adult than now as a 25-year-old, and I've said that before, and I really think it's because I saw myself so much in Emily and the friendship Emily and Salone had. But I don't think the toxic aspect of their relationship was unpacked super well between Emily and Salone, and I wish it had. I think instead of trying to rush through another book and get another book read, it's about 3:30 now, I think instead I'm just going to watch a movie that goes with Since You've Been Gone and say, hey, I read 2 books during contemporaryathon, mini contemporaryathon, and I'm pretty happy with that. I realize I never ended this vlog, so you're getting photo booth Emma, so I can end this vlog. I ended up not reading anymore on Monday or even watching a movie, so I think I just watched TikTok, basically, and TV the rest of the day, which was nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I had fun doing it. I like the format of just sticking to, at least for me, talking about the books I'm reading. I think it's more interesting for people to watch, especially right now, because I really don't have anything else to talk about. But before I go, I wanted to say that I have put some links down in the description of resources and organizations that, if you have the money, you can donate to, that are fighting systematic racism and white supremacy in America. I have spent the last few days trying to donate every day to these organizations. I know it's a tough time and not everybody has the money to do so, but I'm in a financially stable situation and I want to do what I can financially, as well as doing the work within myself and with the people in my life to combat systematic racism and do my best to untangle some of the threads that have been embedded in my mind through the world that we live in and in other people's. The murder of Black people in this country is absolutely an epidemic, just as much as the virus we are living through. So I've put that down below. If you have the money, I would go ahead and, use some of it to donate to some of these organizations. with that, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself and you're doing your best. And I love you all. And that's all I have to say.